you wanna be somebody, even if you gotta leave somebody. Yes, I'm hurt, yes, I'm dead. Most things I don't wanna say. I won't be around while you change.
Hey you guys, welcome back to Taylor XO, or welcome to Taylor XO if you are a new subscriber. So y'all, let's get into this video because we surely do have lots and lots to, let's just say, unfold and speak on, because there's just been so much going on in these YouTube streets for the past week or two. And y'all know that, this was way overdue for Jazzy and Liv falling out. I know a lot of reactors predicted that this was coming, but I don't think that people predicted that it was this bad. These girls have tried to paint reactors out as liars and tried to say that we're making up things, and that channels deserve to be taken down because people are lying on these women, and lying about them being bad mothers, and what's going on in their homes. But when the tea always ends up getting spilled, it always seems like it's similar to what the reactors say about these women. And especially Jazzy and Chris, I think reactors have been the most accurate about Jazzy of them all. I mean, everything that reactors have been saying for the longest now has ended up all being true. I mean, this girl has literally denied every allegation that we have said, but, come to find out it has all been truthful. I mean, the things that Liv spilled on this man were exactly the things that, reactors have been going around here saying for, since Jazzy was pregnant with this man's baby. So we're not really going to get in too much into, the things that Liv was explaining that Chris did, just because I kind of want to piece this up into a couple videos, because the live was over an hour, and you guys know that I don't do lives and play the videos. So, I want to piece this into a couple videos, because this is obviously, the videos can't be long enough to explain everything in one video. But we're going to get into one of the first things that Liv had mentioned in her live, because as you guys know, they were going back and forth yesterday. Well, not going back and forth, but Jazzy hopped on live to address a community post that Liv ended up posting on her wall, and we'll get into that. So there was a reactor on YouTube that is in the mommy sector that, did a post basically posting that, she was done with her battle of depression, and that, she was going off YouTube, and that she was, basically insinuating that she was going to take her life. And, a lot of people were talking about it, and there was some mixed things that people had to say. Of course, this is the internet. People, there's some people that, say positive things, or some people that say negative things. So I guess somehow it got back to Jazzy and Liv. And Liv went on to post on her community post and say, man, why people keep sending me this ish? I don't even F with certain people, but for someone to go live for sympathy views at a time like this, when another woman could have possibly taken her own life, is sick. I've had a lot of people come on the internet and talk shit about me for no reason, but there's a time and a place, dummy. Dang, like, read the room. I'm realizing so much was fake outcry. So much was fake depression for sympathy, because who does that? If you've really been there in that place, it's nothing to play with, no matter who it is. I may not F with people, but right is right and wrong is wrong. My prayers go out to that girl, whether she got on this platform and talked shit or not. Nobody deserves to go through that. And which, I very much agree. I think Liv decided to hop on there because Jazzy decided to hop on live and basically, finesse people into feeling bad for her, while everybody was already in a vulnerable place, feeling really sad and upset about this reactor, and wondering, like, what happened to her. She hasn't been onto YouTube, and nobody has found out anything since. So, I think that when Jazzy came on live and tried to act dumb and act like she didn't know what was going on, when she truly knew what was going on. But like I said, Jazzy is the master of trying to use sympathy and depression to get things out of people, get sympathy out of people. So I think it kind of hit a nerve in Liv, and then Liv decided to post that community post So Jazzy has since then deleted that live, and she also deleted the live where she was responding to Liv about the whole community post. So we're just going to get into the live that Liv proceeded to do after Jazzy went live. And of course, Jazzy deleted those lives. You know, that girl is just so scary. Like, sis, you know what you were doing when you went live and, you know, basically provoked Liv. I mean, if I knew that somebody had that much tea on me, knew that much of my business, and knew that much about my bum boyfriend living over there, sis, I'd have been quiet as a mouse over there and kept my mouth shut, because clearly Liv has a lot more on you than you have on Liv. And that's just how Liv is. I think Liv set this whole thing up to where, you know, she could catch Jazzy in something and, you know, have all this stacked up and built up. So then when this did go down, she could expose and, you know, try to play like, you know, well, she was the one over there exposing her stuff. You know, I was just being a friend, in which, you know, I understand that, but we know how Liv plays. We know how these YouTube streets play. And at this point, if you're on here telling anybody any business, at that point, that's your own problem. That's nobody's problem. So we're going to get into the first part of this live because, you know, a while back, people were saying that Liv had mentioned something about some recordings when she was speaking on something else. And people were wondering, like, well, does she have recordings of Jazzy? Because she tried to hint around that she did. And so when she started this live out, she said that if Jazzy didn't stop talking, that she was going to expose some recordings that she had of Jazzy. But let's get into this clip and then we will talk about it.
If me getting up in your ass don't do nothing, then I'm gonna play all the recordings, bitch. And I'm not talking about the fucking voice memos, bitch. I'm talking about you screaming at the top of your lungs because of that nigga. So this is how we gonna do it, bitch. Okay? So after tonight, if you want to tap out, just tap out. And I'll let you out. I'm gonna let you out the ring, bitch. I'm gonna let you out. But if you want to keep going, because there ain't really shit you can say about me other than what you know you can say about me. And if you play with me about that shit, bitch, I already told you what it is. I already told you, because I'm not playing about that. Okay? I'm not playing about that, Jazz. So don't play with me, bitch. That's on a whole nother level. That's talking about children. Don't play with my fucking children. You can come on here talking about, oh, she a bitch. She broke. She this. She ain't got no... But you can say whatever you want about me. Say it. My car is old. My this, my that. I'm a fat bitch. You can say whatever you want about me, my family, my this, my that, but don't talk about my kids, bitch. That's all I'm saying to you, okay? All right. So, let's grab a piece of gum, bitch, because my mouth is dry. We can get the likes up, though. We can get the likes up. Oh, don't block her. She's in the chat. Oh, let her be in the chat. Like, bro, why is it so hard for you to leave me alone? Bitch, why the fuck is it so hard for you to leave me alone? What the hell? What the hell? Yeah, you know why I recorded her? You know why I recorded you, Jasmine? And I didn't never said I had recordings of you until right now. But you know why I recorded you? Because I know you're a fake ass bitch. And I knew at any given moment that nigga could turn you against me. That nigga could say anything. Like he has obviously right now. Because I really haven't done shit to you other than say I don't like that nigga. And I have every right to say that shit, bro. How he did you, I have every right to say that. Whether it was you or whether it was another woman that I don't even know on the street and him doing that to that bitch, I would still say something to him because I don't like woman beaters. Okay? I was always an op. Okay, bitch. Whatever. No, that nigga you lay next to, the one you got a baby with, that nigga an op. Okay? Stupid ass. Anyway, listen. Like I said, I told you 2 days ago, or was it 3 days ago? To shut the fuck up. Didn't I tell her that, y'all? Didn't I tell her to shut the fuck up? I told you. I told you. I told you that I didn't want to do this with you. I told you this, though. And then you got back on. I guess because that nigga was home barbecuing, bitch. You thought it was cute to be like, oh, that stupid fucking bitch. Like, you were going off on me. And all I've ever done was have your back. Against even him, bro. I asked kindly to leave her alone. I mean, to leave me alone. I asked her kindly for her to leave me alone. Because she's been trying to talk about me for fucking days, bro. Yeah, I asked you guys not to block anybody. And don't block anybody. Let everyone talk. Like I said, unless they're talking about my kids, block them bitches. Or any of her mods, block them bitches. Them weird ass fucking bitches. But you see, the angle that this bitch is trying to use is the same angle that has been used against me before. That I'm this. I'm surprised she hasn't used other things yet. It's probably coming up next. People warned me about you, bro. People warned me about you, bro. I should have never fucked with you. Sorry. I should have never fucked with you, bro. You were like this since day one. Bitch, I never even said anything about you. I never, even back then, when I was getting into it with the other bitches, I never really said anything. I said you were dense. Because, bitch, you are dense. Like, that's obvious. That's like saying I'm fat. Bitch, if you said I was fat, okay, it's an observation. I'm fat, stupid bitch. Duh. Have you seen me? So, me saying that you're dense is not like a diss. Anyway. So, today, you got mad because I put something on my community post. See, Jasmine, you're not stupid. Well, you are stupid. But you're not... You don't have amnesia. You're not, senile. You're not senile, bitch. Like, you know what's going on the YouTube streets. Ew, gross. I hate saying that. But you know what's going on. You used to show me shit that I would never even see if it wasn't for you. You used to send me shit. All types of shit. So you know exactly what the fuck is going on. And I already, you know what, bitch? I knew you were going to get on live today and talk about some bullshit today. I knew it. Because what's what might be going on with somebody else. So you got in your feelings because I read you in my fucking community post. But I didn't even say your name, bitch. Oh, how you like it? You don't like it? You don't like it? You don't...
So as you guys heard in that clip, Liv was basically saying that if Jazzy doesn't stop, that she is going to release some recordings of Jazzy screaming from the top of her lungs, you know, from getting beat on and whatever that man was over there doing to her. And, you know, people have been having some mixed emotions about it. Some people said that that's basically flat out blackmailing, and that if she does decide to post some things that, you know, it could backfire on her. And, you know, some people were saying, like, you know what, spill it. This girl has got on here time and time again, has tried to, you know, play as though this man is not over there doing what he's doing, and tried to manipulate and cover for this man. And the whole time, this man is over there beating her and breaking things and terrorizing her children and the whole household. And you're sitting here taking up for this man, lying for him, making it seem as though he's out there working, you know, providing, you know, being this good man to you. And he's taking care of the house, and he's, you know, helping with Legend, and he's doing all these things. And the whole time, sis, you over there are calling this girl up every other day at 4 a.m, screaming from the top of your lungs because he's beating on you and throwing things or whatever he's over there doing. Because we all know that there's only a few reasons why a woman will call her friend in the middle of the night screaming from the top of her lungs because she's having it out with her man. Says he's over there either beating you or he's throwing things, or you're scared for your life in some way, shape, or form, that you're feeling the need to call somebody. So I do agree with Liv if she does end up releasing these recordings. Now, you know, you have a lot of people who, you know, get so wrapped up on liking a YouTuber and, you know, trying to say that, oh, well, you're just being so negative and you're a reactor. And, you know, people already count you out, you know, for what you have to say when you're a reactor, because, you know, people automatically think that, oh, you're a bully, but not all the time do reactors come on here and try to bully these women, or, you know, whatever they try to say. Because me personally, I know I do not bully these women, but I'm primarily always for the kids. My main objective and my whole point of these videos is for these kids, because at the end of the day, they clearly don't have anybody in their corner that's worried enough to be going over there checking on these kids. Like, you mean to tell me that this has been going on for the whole entire time they've been in a relationship, and just now somebody is spilling the tea on what has been going on in that house? Because clearly, everybody has been ignoring these children and acting like nothing is going on over there when there's a whole really big issue that is going on in that home that nobody seems to want to, take care of because they don't want to take care of the 4 or 5 kids. Now, I mean, if something does go down to where the kids have to leave the house, obviously the Davis tour will be going with Philip. But as far as with Legend, I mean, he does have no family. I don't think Jazzy's family is willing to take him. So, what will happen if this girl decides not to leave this man and something, even more serious ends up happening to where she does get these kids taken away? So, you cannot tell me that these kids have not voiced to somebody, Philip, their grandmother, teacher, something that, this has been going on in their house. I mean, people can say, okay, well, it's not going on to them. It's, he's not hitting them, but Liv did basically try and hint around that he has been, hitting on them, or he has put his hands on them, which we know that he has put his hands on them, especially Aiden. So, what does it have to take to happen in this house for CPS or family to get involved to take these kids out of the home? Because the kids are falling asleep in school. And that's probably from being up all night long, hearing this man yell and beat on this woman. And it's even more just bizarre because Legend sleeps in the room with Jazzy. So it's like, is he doing all this in front of Legend also? I mean, it's bad enough that he's doing this, while the other kids are in the room hearing all this. But then you have Legend, who's a baby, right in the room, and this is all going on in front of him. The kids are going to school, falling asleep. I mean, obviously, it's affecting them in some shape or form. And it just seems like everybody's too concerned about their personal lives, their personal relationships, and everything else that they have going on in the home. So, I really do hope that recordings do get leaked, or, that Liv decides to post them, because at the end of the day, that will benefit those kids, because that could also be used as evidence to get these kids out of the home. Because I just don't think that it's fair that the kids should have to stay there and witness and hear that, all because their mother doesn't want to leave. I mean, fine, if she wants to stay there and she wants to get beat on and screamed at and have all her stuff broken, that's fine and good. I mean, there's women that do it every day and that will gladly pick an abusive situation over their children. But, why should the kids have to suffer because she is not choosing to leave this bum because she is so desperate to keep a man in the home? So, it's getting to a point now to where Jazzy is now deciding to, choose that bum over her children. And we all knew this already. Like I said, all these allegations that were talked about for years, all these things that we've been saying time and time again have all been confirmed. And at this point, like I said, people will have mixed emotions about this whole situation, which that's everybody. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But I think that at this point now, reactors, everybody is just trying to, get the full story, get 100% of the truth and what's really going on. So, everybody can move accordingly. Now, I know that, Jazzy's family, like her mother and Philip, have decided not to speak out and say anything, which, that is fine. But I think at some point, Philip should come on here to address why he has not stepped in more and been trying to figure out what has been going on in that house. Because like I said, Philip has been home for over a year now. Coming March, it'll be basically a little over a year that he's been home, and them kids go over there every weekend. So there's no excuse as to why these kids should be going through that when they have not only their father home, but they visit their father every weekend. So, I do think that Liv will not end up exposing these recordings just because she has some stuff that she doesn't want exposed herself. But I do think that Liv threw that in there to basically, seal Jazzy's mouth of not saying anything after she decided to spill her tea. And that's just how Liv plays. She's a very not only big pathological liar, but she's very manipulative. And I do think that, like I said, she first and foremost started the live off with that specifically just so, she could seal the deal on Jazzy not saying anything, because Jazzy is dumb enough to fall for, the whole game of her or Liv try to keep her quiet and Jazzy not saying anything. So we will see how it all plays out. I do have a couple more videos coming out to speak on a few more other things she said in this live, so stay tuned for that. But comment down below what you guys think about Liv deciding to say that she does have recordings and she will decide to spill if Jazzy says anything more. And what is you guys' opinions on, would you consider that blackmail, or at this point now, is that just, one more thing to use for them kids to get up out of that house? So again, comment down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for another one.
Tell me what you see in me. Gotta be something different.